Hello, hello. Kat Courtney with Plant Medicine People. I'm here today to talk about the essential traits of a plant medicine or psychedelic integration coach, therapist, guide. There's some essential traits that create a sense of safety and intimacy with these individuals. Now, here's the interesting thing about this. I started doing this work as a psychedelic integration coach about 15, 16 years ago. I just kind of decided it was necessary. It's my calling and it's what I wanted to do. And everybody thought I was nuts, rightfully so. To declare that I was going to make money off of helping people integrate psychedelic spaces 15 years ago was a brave, brave declaration indeed. And now, it is one of the careers. It kind of blows me away how many people are wanting to and have already stepped into this modality. So there's a lot of immaturity out there, and not because the people that are stepping forth aren't well-meaning, but simply because the movement itself is very new and immature. So what I advise people look for in terms of core traits of these psychedelic integration coaches are, first and foremost, experience, deep experience with the medicines. They don't have to take all of them. You know, some of us specialize in certain medicines. Ayahuasca and Wachuma happen to be two of mine. I can help people with something like Iboga. It's not my expertise. So, you know, the medicines that we are called to as individuals are obviously the ones that we're most equipped to help others process, but it's really important we have deep relationships with them. No offense to people in the clinical space, but some of them are stepping forth, haven't taken an online course in an academic way, but don't have any real world experience. And I think it's really essential that we understand the language of these plants and these medicines, and we be able to give it language and to help our clients decipher what has happened in those spaces. And if you don't understand just the power and the intensity that these medicines can bring, you're not really well equipped to help people navigate through it. So experience matters greatly. So be really curious about that with the coach that you work with. Not just experience with clients, first and foremost, experience with the medicines. And then absolutely, how many people have they helped? How long have they been doing this work? You know, most people are pretty new at it right now. But there are a handful of us veterans that have some experience and that are training others to do it, so that you can feel that the person has some sort of mentorship or lineage that they carry, so that it's not just from a well-meaning but immature place. Because when we work with these coaches, it's just like with therapists. We want to get to the heart, the really vulnerable, sort of messy parts of ourselves in order to be able to feel like we're going deep. And so that requires doing so with somebody that feels like they're mature enough to help handle it. So in addition to experience and maturity, another trait that I deeply appreciate in psychedelic coaches is really good listeners. The ability to make the session about the client, not us as individuals. And I cross this line sometimes because I get excited about sharing my personal experiences so that I can relate to and be credible to my clients. But it's important that we make the sessions, of course, about them first and foremost. And that we have really good well, I like to call it compassionate inquiry. That's a expression I think from Gabor Mate. Really good capacity to not only listen, but to, I always imagine it with my clients, I'm spiraling into like the core of what we're trying to get to through very thoughtful, very strategic questioning. Because ultimately we want our clients to come to their own conclusions. We don't want to tell them what their altered spaces mean. We want them to find the truth of what they mean to them. That's what's important. And so it's like a spiraling of asking questions and being truly engaged and really caring about the experience that our clients are having. This may seem obvious, but one of the most important traits in these beings is that they care about humans. Not everybody has a boatload of compassion and love for human beings, rightfully so. We're messy, but if you're going to get into this work and be of service to others, it's so essential that you have this very palpable love and compassion for humanity, or it's going to be obvious to the client that you're coming from your head and not your heart. Another trait that is important with these coaches and therapists is the understanding of the subconscious and an understanding of consciousness as a whole, but specifically the psychology of the subconscious, because that's the level at which the plant medicines engage with us. They're very dreamlike, they're very non-linear, very symbolic and archetypal. So you need somebody that has the fluidity, the neuroplasticity to understand the subconscious space and to help make sense of it to the conscious mind. And that is not an easy trait to foster, to grow, because using the conscious mind to give language to the unconscious mind is, it's like speaking a foreign language. So that takes a lot of practice. That's why it's really important that we understand not only the nature of the medicines, the nature of human consciousness. So of course it's beautiful to have a background in psychology. And if you're not a traditional therapist or psychologist, to absolutely understand it, to be a student of that, because it's essential in helping people through existential crises, the psychological things that can happen in the aftermath of working with these medicines. It's important that we have a foundation and an understanding of that. So those are just a few of the important traits. I hope this helps you to choose wisely. And if you're looking honestly for an awesome coach, I'm biased, I know, but we have some really amazing people on our team. You can book a free consult to get to know what our superpowers are. All of us have different capacities and different expertise. So feel free to do that at plantmedicinepeople.com. Regardless, we so appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to our channel. I'll see you next time. Be well out there.